Good afternoon, everyone. Today is June 5th. This is Brad Matheny. It's a Thursday, and we have the breakdown in Bitcoin taking place. Now, I'm going to warn you guys that, again, this breakdown sets up a fairly solid move below what I think is technical support at around the 103 level. Technically, right here, 102,794. We could get rejection. And I've mentioned this to you before. Rejection would come in the form of rolling and rejecting back to the upside here. Just like I'm drawing here in dark blue. So we could get this rejection taking place here, which could be a false move. I've talked about rejection before. Another good example of rejection is right here. You can see how we've moved down through this low right here. We moved down through that low right over in this area, and it came down, rejected, and then changed direction. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the confirmation of the downward cycle trend. Remember, this 25%, really 24.6% is the number I use for Fibonacci. It means that we have this technical confirmation. I would expect, now hear me out here, I would expect price to move in some sort of semi-rejection. So understand, I'm going to tell you right now that I doubt very highly we are going to get a big breakdown. We could, but I doubt very highly. The reason for this is very simple. We've had the cradle pattern setting up here, right? Well, we've gotten below the 24.6% pullback, which is my trigger level. And in theory, the cradle pattern could move like this, pulling into a bigger breakdown. So we could move back up into the 105, 106. I'll draw it for you. Area right over here. And I tend to draw these Fibonacci waves fairly well. Now, let me explain to you how this works in Fibonacci. So I'll come over here, pick the top, pick today's low, assuming this is the low, the recent low, spread this out. And so if we were to move from these levels back up into the 50 to 618 level, that's basically in this area to this area, setting up kind of this pullback. So this would be the area right here that I think we could be looking at a very opportunistic sell zone. I'll mark it here, hypothetically, anything above, let's call it 106,500. So anything above 106,500 would be a great sell trigger, moving to a very low risk type of trade. Your stop would have to be up in this area initially, simply because the move down could continue to waffle around this area before breaking down. But we do have that very solid technical confirmation in the cradle structure. Now, this, like I said, is a minor little pullback. So you can see we have this breakdown, pullback, breakdown, pullback, breakdown, pullback. We technically have 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is correct, then we could easily see that pullback coming back up into this area before we get a bigger breakdown over here. You see how price layers and structures. So I've been trying to teach all of you to see how things layer. It's not just one, it's not just one setup. It is a total, layered analysis of what's taking place here. So again, do we get a breakdown? Yeah, we could. I would tell you that a move down below this 382 level here would constitute a fairly solid breakdown. You could technically go short here You know, small positions until we see how it's going to play out. If we're going to get the rejection back up here to this 106 level or a little higher. But if we do get a solid breakdown, it's going to move very quickly down below this 91 to 94,000 area and try to move down into this 82, $81,000 area. So we shall see how this plays out. It's still very early, but we have the technical confirmation. And again, get rid of these. This is all about that video I did back here, right here. Bitcoin setting up a massive top warning. This was picked up by the editor's choice from TradingView. Got a lot of views, 12,000 views, a lot of comments. A lot of people came out here and added all kinds of comments. You know, I don't think so. Basic Trading TV. You know, I love everybody's comments. This guy, I love it. Iron Winds. Bah, yeah, laugh, laugh, laugh. Stop this post. Okay. My analysis, Mary, thank you, Mary Jo. But, you know, there's a lot, everybody has opinions. So that's all I'm going to say. We'll see how it plays out. Okay. Right now, it's still early. I can't tell you that this is a, where's the chart right here I'm looking at? It's very early of a breakdown, minus $3,000 right now, 3% to the downside. And as I'm telling you, I think we're going to get a move back up above, you know, I would say 105, 105 and a half, meaning 105,000, 105,500. I think we're going to easily get some sort of rejection move before it breaks down even further. So anyway, very interesting how this is taking place while metals are ripping. Silver is ripping higher. Gold's moving right back down into this apex zone right here. There's the nice clean apex of this flag, trying to find support. I really believe that that silver is making a move that's been, you know, wanting for a long time. Silver's been lagging behind gold, and we're really making a huge move to the upside. Gold is going to make another move here, guys. It's just poised to really break to the upside, up into 35, 35.50. But what's really kind of driving the hidden analysis here is this move in platinum. Platinum is, oh, let me get rid of these. Platinum is making a massive move. You can see here, this is daily. And from these lows down here, you know, we're up 26% in about a month and a half, little over a month, just over a month, like 40 days. And now platinum, when platinum breaks, this is the one thing you need to be aware of, is that when platinum makes a big move, a breakaway move, it can be a big consolidated breakaway trend. I think I highlighted this a couple of weeks ago about how this channel downward move. So we've got the same kind of a channel downward move here. We get this early breakaway. You know, if we're looking at this type of a move, assuming something similar, up into that high, come back over here, copy, paste, and we would be looking at potentially 2,800, 3 times, 300% move in platinum if we were to duplicate this type of move. And again, this volatility, so you see from these lows up to this high was $100, and from these lows to these highs was 700. So that's 740. That's a 650% increase. I hate to say it, but if this even moves at 3 times the level, not 650, but at 3 times the level, then you're talking, you know, got to shrink it all down, but you're talking a move up like this. That would be essentially equating today's market volatility to what happened back in 2002, 2003. It would be a massive move. And of course, that would send gold and silver through the roof. If this is equivalent right now at $1,141 to gold being $3,400, all you need to do is do the math. So 34, where's the calculator? 3450 times 3.5. Yep, $12,000 to $14,000 gold. Just real simple math. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys there. We'll see how this plays out overnight. See if we get the rejection. And like I said, I did the video May 20th. So right over here. Right there. And we had the roll up and the roll down. It's been about 3 weeks. I told everyone about 3 to 5, maybe 6 weeks. And we'll see how this plays out. Very exciting for me because, when I call something out like this and it plays out perfectly, it's an amazing thing, in my opinion. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Talk to you later.